Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jesus, and as you could probably tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be playing around with the Aina palette again today, even though I already did that with my first video, but this time there's going to be a small twist. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Cool, so now that I got my headband on, I'm just going to go really quickly through the complexion products, through the face because the main focus is going to be on the eyeshadow palette. I'm taking my Milk Hydrogrip primer again. The reason why I'm doing my face on camera is because I really hate when other YouTubers don't do their face on camera. Like, I don't know, I just feel like I don't get the whole picture of their, whole makeup product. And also, like, complexion is like my favorite thing personally. So I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of cheated out of that experience, How do you all feel? Do you all agree? Do you prefer when people do their face on camera, or do you not really care? Let me know in the comments below. As you can tell, the setting in the room is different from last time. My beauty room is currently being remodeled. I'm kidding. Right now I'm actually in Seattle. Like I said in my last video, I'm traveling with my boyfriend, so I'm here for the weekend. So this is our Airbnb. It's like a huge room, and it wasn't too expensive, and it's like pretty close to like the city, I guess. I don't know, Seattle's kind of weird in that, I guess because it's a smaller city, it's pretty different. So far I've been here a day. I actually filmed this video yesterday, but I decided to film it again because I wasn't like completely happy with how the video ended up. So hopefully this one's better. The only downside about this room is that there's no mirror in here. So I'm basically just working off of the camera, my laptop, and a palette with a mirror in it. I always see YouTubers like do their makeup like this, and I'm like, how do you work off of a mirror so small, Like, my mirror at home is like at least like this big. I don't know how they do it, but they get it done. And so I will too. I'm gonna go in with Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in Warm Sand. Also, I wanted to mention that I'm like so happy with the responses that people have given to my first video. Like, I honestly did not at all imagine that people would respond this way. Like, that is so amazing. And I can't thank you all enough for, even just taking the time to watch my video. I really thought that like maybe like 20 people max would like view my video, but to end up with like over 300 views, like, that's crazy to me. And I know maybe y'all are like, that's like nothing, but for me that's a lot. Like, I really did not expect people to watch my video like that, and like to also get like 50 subscribers after my first video. Like, wow, the support is so strong. But like, seriously, I don't even mean that just in you all, but even like my family was like super supportive. I was kind of like shy and embarrassed to show it to them, but they were like sharing it on their social media. Like, my little sister's friends were watching it, my niece's friends were watching it. So like, that was super cool to receive that kind of support, Also, like, a lot of my friends from high school watched it and commented on it, and like, that was super nice to hear from them, even though we haven't like talked in a while necessarily. Like, to hear the support from them like meant so much. There was just one message that someone sent to me that like, just really warmed up my heart. This guy who went to my high school, who's also queer, he messaged me and he was like, oh, like, you should definitely keep doing this. Like, you never know like who you're gonna like impact with these videos. And that really made me think, like, yeah, that's true. I never know who's gonna like watch these videos, and maybe it might be helpful to someone one day, like, in terms of coming to terms with their sexuality or gender or whatever it may be. So yeah, like, thank you so much to the person who sent that message. I don't want to say their name, but I really appreciate it. Like, you have no idea how much those words mean to me, especially because I was really apprehensive about doing my makeup like on camera, and just because like, I never know how family's gonna respond, how friends are gonna respond. Like, a lot of people in high school knew me as like straight, or straight. I mean, I'm sure everyone had like their ideas or their thoughts or whatever, but yeah, like I even like, you know, dated girls in high school. And like one of my exes even like commented on one of my photos. Like, you know, like that's just like wow, like the support is really strong. And filming videos is like, you know, you're putting yourself in such a vulnerable position where you're like literally opening yourself up to be judged by others. And like I don't know, I sometimes am scared like, oh, if I'm like, you know, posting about these videos or whatever, like are people getting annoyed of them, like, you know. But I don't know, like I'm just having fun and I don't expect anything from this or anything like that. But it's nice to know that people are being supportive and are watching. And let me know if there's any content that you all want to see me produce on my channel. Like I said before, I do eventually want to do like a coming out story, and like, yeah, just like coming to terms with my sexuality and everything, you know, just in case it might be helpful to others. Oh, before I do my brows, I was thinking about doing a review of the Fenty brow pencil that just came out. So let me know if that's something you all want to see, because I definitely myself have been wanting to try it because it looks super cool. So let me know if that's something you want to see. Okay, so now that the brows are done, I'm gonna bake. And when I bake, I primarily focus most of the powder on the side of my nose, because that's where I get the most oily throughout the day. And of course down my nose, the sides of my mouth. I'm also gonna add some right here just to kind of reverse contour a little. Lift my cheeks up. I'm just gonna press that in. I don't like that to sit too long because that's where the powder will kind of cling onto. I'm gonna add a layer of powder just for any fallout. Great. So now moving on to the eyeshadow. So the actual challenge, the thing that you have all came here for. So the way that the challenge works is that Alyssa Ashley, she like basically made like a video of each of the single eyeshadows, and it like goes by really fast. So I'm gonna pick randomly 3 eyeshadows to use on my eyelids, and whichever 3 I get, I have to use those. So I'm kind of scared because I'm really hoping that I don't get all 3 shimmer eyeshadows, but let's just see how this goes. Alright, so the first eyeshadow I got is Soleil. So Soleil, it's like a gold, coppery. Second, Sponsored, which is a greenish shade. So 2 shimmers. And third, Lituation. Okay, so this is going to be very hard because it's exactly the thing that I did not want to get. I got 3 shimmers. So I don't know how this is going to work out. But it's a challenge, and you know what? We're going to do it. Okay, so I'm going to start off by priming my eyelids. I'm going to be using the Anastasia eye primer. I just picked this up. I got like the mini because I just want to try it out. A lot of people have been talking about it. Yeah, I can also share my views on the primer, how I feel, you know, it differs, or does it, if it differs from a concealer, which is what I usually use to prime. I've also used the Urban Decay primer potion. That works pretty well. It's just really sheer, you know, so I feel like it doesn't necessarily cover. This Anastasia is also a little more sheer than like a concealer, but let's see how it works. I'm gonna keep going with my finger. Also, I'm hoping that Anastasia extends their shade range of this primer, because this is really white, and I know it probably won't work for darker complexions, like even like just to like do like cut crease looks or anything like that. Like, this is really only for the whites. But let's see how it performs. Okay, so this is really hard because I'm doing 3 shimmer shades. So I'm thinking I'll do Lituation like on the outside because it's like the darkest of the shimmers, and then Dwala's are Sponsored in the center, and then Soleil in like the inner corner. So let's just see how that works. Okay. So I actually, you know, usually people go for more blended looks on their eyes. I think now, because this is only shimmers, I really want to kind of exaggerate the harsh lines that can be there. So I'm gonna go in with an angled brush, and I'm gonna start off with Lituation on the outside. You see that? It's kind of like at an angle, and I'm not gonna blend that out. I'm actually just gonna leave it as it is. Okay, so it's getting there. So then now that we're more towards the center, I'm gonna continue that line, but with Sponsored. There's actually been like a lot of shade thrown around this palette, right? Like a lot of people have been saying that it's like very similar to all the other Anastasia palettes. Finally, I'm gonna go into Soleil and just connect that all the way down to the bottom. Honestly, I think it's really silly that people have been saying this looks like other palettes, because it's like, even Aina addressed this. She was like, why would they make multiple palettes of the same thing? And like, I see what people are kind of talking about in terms of, and I'm gonna fill that in with the outline that I did as my guideline. I can see what people mean, you know, like Credit and Ginger, and even maybe Edges remind me of other palettes. Supreme, I guess, reminds me of the Norvina palette a little bit, so I can see that. But honestly, when I tell y'all, like, these shadows are so pigmented and so deep, like when you put them next to each other, they look like completely different shades, right? Because they are just a lot more rich shades, and the quality is Anastasia quality, right? But the colors are just so much more pigmented. So for folks with deeper complexions, like, you don't have any ashy tones in here, you know? Like other palettes, there were a couple of shades that would make you look a little ashy, you know? But in this one, they all work for you, you know? And even if you have like a lighter complexion, like these shadows are gonna work even better for you, because you end up using even less shadow, because you only need to dip in like once or twice, you know? I have Lituation on there. I'm gonna go into the center with Sponsored, and I'm gonna use this Real Techniques brush. It's kind of like just flatter, so I'm just gonna, because Sponsored is gonna be like the star of the show. And when you're doing your eyeshadow, it's important to like tilt your head back so you can get like a full view of your eyelid, especially if you're doing like this look, because you're not really following the natural pattern. Like, I'm not really following the natural pattern of my crease right now, you know? Okay, so I realized that Soleil and Sponsored just don't really mix that well. Putting one color next to the other doesn't make it look that great, you know? So I am gonna put a little bit more of Sponsored more towards, and then just leave Soleil as like an inner corner. I'm gonna go back in with my angle brush to sharpen up that line, because it did get kind of blended more out and it's not as straight as I wanted it to be. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera, just to save time, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am all done with the eyes. So now I'm just gonna wipe off the bake and all the powder. I'm not gonna do any shadow on the bottom of my eyes, because I just use shimmers, and I feel like that I just really want the top to stand out. I'm gonna go in now with bronzer. Gonna go in with the Anastasia bronzer, warm up my cheeks. Anyways, so some people have been asking me if I would recommend the palette, if I think it's worth the splurge, you know, because it is definitely on the pricier side, $45. But honestly, with the quality of the shadows, like, I think it's definitely worth it. It's definitely a palette that you will get a lot of use out of, and you can make a lot of looks, like whether you're putting together like colorful looks or everyday looks, or even 3 shimmer looks like I just did. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. I'm gonna highlight with the Anastasia Glow Kit. I'm gonna use Bronzed and Summer. I also want to film a video with my boyfriend, like doing his makeup, but he really doesn't want to. And I kind of get it, you know, he doesn't normally put things on his face, but I still really want him to do the video. So I'm probably gonna bug him enough to try to convince him to do the video, but maybe with the support of you all, I can really convince him, you know? So comment down below if that's a video you'd like to see, so I could prove to him that's what the people want, you know? And who are we to deny what you, the people, want? Okay, so we're almost done with this look. I'm just gonna spray myself with Urban Decay De-Slick Setting Spray. We're gonna be like around Seattle the whole day, so I'm really hoping that this helps my makeup you know, stay put. As for the primer, I thought the Anastasia primer did a really good job at like picking up the shadows. So I don't know, maybe I think I have to get some more uses out of it and use it more with matte shades to really see like if it makes it more blendable. And we'll also see like how this wears out throughout the rest of the day. But I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Mademoiselle lipstick, matte lipstick in Thicc. It is basically the same shade as my natural lip color, so it just evens out my lips. And I love this formula. Like it feels so lightweight. It's not too drying. If you have any shades and you've tried this lipstick before that you really like, let me know. Comment down below, and I'll check them out. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with mascara. So as I was saying earlier, the support from my family for this video is really strong, which brings me on to my next topic. As I coat my blessed lashes with mascara, I wanted to say that in my family, we actually have a lot of like entrepreneurs or whatever. Like my sister, she has her own lash business, and my little sister, she used to sell chips at school. So, you know, definitely runs in the family. But I am saying this because if you all want to get your lashes done, like get lash extensions, please go ahead and hit up my sister, her Instagram, and her like business name is Wink with Style. I'll put her Instagram handle in the description box below, so you all can follow her and DM her for prices and all of that. She like did a training and everything, so she's certified. So y'all should go ahead and book now if you're in the LA area. Okay, so this is the final look. I'm actually really not mad at it again. Like I thought that the 3 shimmer shades were gonna be a disaster, but I actually really like how this looks, and I might do it more often. Let me know what you think about this look. Please feel free to also do this challenge if you ever pick up the palette. Like I said, I definitely recommend the palette. For right now, the Anastasia eye primer is like good for me, but let's see how it holds up throughout the day. Let me know of any other videos that you want to see in the future. Please comment down below if you want to see me do my boyfriend's makeup so I can convince him to get in front of the camera and do it. Please, if you've gotten this far and you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. If you are subscribed and you want to see my future content, hit that bell button so you can get future notifications whenever I upload content. And if you like this video, please press that thumbs up button. Yeah, I'll see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.